Has the 2025 bull run finally begun? Let's talk about that today, where we're going to be analyzing 5 of the top cryptos, as well as some news to go alongside them, and see if we are incredibly close or have begun the 2025 bull run. None of this is financial advice, but without further ado, let's dive into the video. So here we are in TradingView, and as you can see by this Bitcoin chart right here, we've actually seen an increase of 36% in the past month or so, in which, yes, Bitcoin has gone from $76,000 all the way up to $104,000. Now, why is this important for the rest of the crypto market? Well, in case you didn't know, guys, Bitcoin is actually the one that leads the entire market. So if Bitcoin goes up like this, we're going to see the rest of the market do double-digit gains as well. But I did also want to show you before we dive into CoinMarketCap that yes, we do actually have a long signal on hash ribbons. If you don't know what hash ribbons is, it's the best on-chain indicator for Bitcoin that basically means the miners are holding onto their Bitcoin rather than selling it. And as you can see, yes, we got a long signal here at 67K. We banged it up to 100K. And yes, if we go back even further, we can see that yes, we had a signal at 29K. That led us all the way to 61,000. Now, it's not going to be instant. We often have pullbacks before we get the big runs, but it is a great sign to say that, hey, the markets could potentially be pivoting and turning around towards the upside. And that is why I believe we are so close to the all-time highs right now. And there is the potential that we could actually go up another 20 or 30,000 from this point. And that's why if we go to CoinMarketCap right here, we can see that the entire market is up at least 10% on most of these coins. We're seeing Dogecoin up 40%. We've got Salana here up 19%. And XRP even up 10% as well. Ethereum also up nearly 40% in the last week, which is a crazy jump from what it was at. So overall, yes, it is looking a lot more positive across the board for the cryptocurrency markets. That's going to allow for AI coins, RWA coins, and meme coins to absolutely flourish in Q3 and Q4 of this year if this trend wants to continue. Now, if we're looking for some news articles to support the overall crypto market, as well as the on-chain as we just talked about, we can see that Ethereum has actually got some news recently that yes, BlackRock are looking at the ETF spot filings, in which yes, could be a massive regulatory acceptance move forward for anyone trying to get Ethereum in the traditional markets. We saw how much this affected Bitcoin when the Bitcoin ETF happened, so I do believe we could get a similar thing for Ethereum. Now, Salana, on the other hand, does have mixed news. We can see that, yes, Huma Finance is actually harnessing Salana and has announced that, yes, they're going to facilitate over 4 billion in transactions for DeFi participation with Solana's ecosystem. Now, this is good because on the other side of Solana's news, they are getting scrutinized by a lot of fraudulent token activities, including multiple rug pulls. So overall, Salana, definitely a mid in terms of news, but it seems to be doing well in terms of percentages. And that's because there's just so much volume on Salana as a whole. Now, XRP, on the other hand, is actually a token that has been doing incredibly well recently. The reason for that is because they are about to reach their 50 million settlement with the SEC, and this has been going on for like 4 years now. So the fact that they're finally reaching that settlement and putting this thing to bed basically means that XRP is going to have a clear sky ahead in which they can flourish and actually get the percentages and the true value that they should be getting based on the adoption they've had from traditional markets. Now, VChain, on the other hand, has had a lot of regulatory acceptance in Europe recently, which can be massive for VChain over the future. If you don't know what VChain does, they basically look at supply chains, get the entire supply chain on the blockchain, and have everything transparent. So if you had a wine farmer in China and you wanted to sell that wine all the way over in America, you could track every step from where the grapes were harvested all the way to where it was sold in Walmart in America using VChain's technology. And that is why VChain is very much a sleeping dog for me, in which it could be something that does do 10x and could even get to a $1 price tag, in my opinion, in the future. And then we have Dogecoin, actually with a Doge OS, and they've raised 6.9 million in a funding round led by Polychain Capital. So this is all good for the Dogecoin ecosystem, and they are potentially awaiting approval on an ETF here, which might sound pretty crazy for a meme coin, but Dogecoin has been around for a while. It is in fact a top 10 coin, currently sat at 8 and is currently worth 36 billion in market cap. So yes, this is something that is a legit asset, and an ETF should be actually considered for an asset like this. So overall here, if we are looking at the Bitcoin chart and all of the news we just talked about, I do think there is a lot of potential for a run to increase, but I will just say, word to the wise guys, I am expecting a pullback first, back down to this trend line, in which we can blast off from there, or maybe we have a little retest down first, down to about 95,000, and then yes, once we break that all-time high on Bitcoin, all bets are off, and we should probably be expecting the 2025 bull run to officially start for the crypto markets. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you've got some value from it. Let me know what you think is going to happen in 2025, because this is a big year for regulations in crypto, a big year for Bitcoin, a big year for all of the top 10 cryptos out there. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.